Transformers more than meets the eye, robots in disguise. What's up, guys? Timzster here, and I'm back just as November is ending, and we've experienced quite a Thanksgiving weekend. It was Black Friday, so for those who know what Black Friday is, you take advantage of all of the sales, the big discounts, all of the items on sale just to prepare for the holidays. They're trying to package everything and give an incentive to those who've been waiting for that big slash down, flash sales. I've been buying movies and games, and wow, even if we're at a time where we have to stay indoors, you can buy it online and shop online. And here are some of the items I was able to get, which are the Transformers. I have Starscream, I have Quintesson Judge, and for today's review, I'll be reviewing the almighty Megatron, the leader of the Decepticons. The guy who is the immortal nemesis to Optimus Prime, Earthrise, which I've reviewed a couple of months ago. Now we finally see release here in our shores in the Philippines this deluxe Megatron Earthrise action figure from Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise. So if you've watched the Netflix series, that's Siege, that's part 1 of the War for Cybertron Trilogy. The next part is Earthrise. So they just crash landed on Earth. If you know your Transformers Generation 1 history, the Ark and the ship of Megatron, which was chasing the Ark, which belongs to the Autobots, crash landed on Earth, prehistoric Earth, and they lay dormant for millions of years before humanity existed. So after that stasis period, the Transformers were revived and they waged their war again on our planet. And then it escalated and it went back to Cybertron, so on and so forth. But the premise for War for Cybertron will be an integration, a new retelling of that in Siege, how the war began and how they left Cybertron to prevent the Decepticons from getting the Allspark, and then they arrive on Earth. This is it, Earthrise. And then finally, they're going to merge it with a 90s property that I grew up with, Beast Wars. It's basically the descendants of Optimus Prime and company, that's Optimus Primal, the Maximals, fighting the Decepticons, or the Predacons, led by successor to Megatron, also named Megatron, in T-Rex form. Optimus Primal was ape, gorilla. So I can't wait for that. Kingdom, that's the third part of the War for Cybertron trilogy. Just to give you a little background. Now, I am going to start my Earthrise Villains review with the big kahuna of the Decepticons himself, Megatron, just to pair him up with my Optimus Prime. So, let's watch this review. I hope you guys like it. So you might have seen in my previous review for Earthrise Optimus Prime, this is how he looks like. As an overview of his package, I already took him out of the box. So that's why this shell is empty, but I still like the artwork. You gotta keep these things. Okay, here's Quintesson Judge to his right, and along with the opened Optimus Prime figure. And here is Starscream. I'll be doing those guys next time. This review is solely for All Hail Megatron. Just looking at the package alone, looks like it's going to be a pretty awesome figure. There's artwork where he's planning how to chase after the Ark, the ship of the Autobots, which contains the Allspark, if you watched Transformers War for Cybertron Siege. And here is how the figure looks like from the back of the packaging. Megatron with his iconic blaster cannon, and he has this accessory which is part of his vehicle form, which is a tank. Well, it's very G1 looking, but the alternate mode, which he transforms to, wasn't a tank in Generation 1. It was a gun. Yeah, how that happened and how he shrinks into a gun, which Starscream usually uses, I don't know. But they decided to go with the tank, which is normally associated with Generation 2 Megatron. Well, yeah. So far, packaging looks great. Here it is. Again. Front and back. Can't wait to open this baby. All hail Megatron. Let's go. Let's open this guy. Alright, so after cutting the tape area, now we're ready to open. And slide Megatron out. There we go. Out of the package. Looking just prime. Oh. Okay, here's the box again. Okay, we gotta cut out the strings attaching Megatron to his shell. But so far, looking at it, front and back, check it out. There's decals. D16 or DI6 for his tank form. And then there's another strip for whatever codex gimmick they have here for the Earthrise toys. So, okay, when you compare him in scale to Prime, they are in scale. Mortal enemies, Autobots and Decepticons, both leaders. Yeah, I really wanted a Megatron figure, but I want it to be uniformed with the Prime that I got, which was Earthrise Prime. So now I have Earthrise Megatron. Can't wait to open him, to have these guys battle it out. So, let's take Megatron out of the shell. And here he is, almighty Megatron. Out of the box, with energy cannon positioned and placed on his right arm, and that extra blade accessory, which I haven't positioned with the figure yet. But it looks pretty awesome, and it's going to be in scale alongside Earthrise Optimus Prime, so I'm looking forward to some epic toy photography replicating some battles between these two mortal enemies, the leaders of the Autobots and the Decepticons, respectively. Prime versus Megatron. But this review is dedicated to the Monarch, the Dictator, the Tyrant, and leader of the evil Decepticons. Here is the construction manual for the Earthrise Megatron, along with how to transform him into his vehicle form. We're going to be reviewing the vehicle form later, but I just wanted to show you the instructions. These are very handy guides for beginners who don't know how to transform their Transformers. So kudos to Hasbro for doing this. This is a pretty affordable Generation 1 type Megatron. I can't complain. And I've been looking for one. And it transforms. I know that Hasbro has released Marvel Legends styled RED series Transformer toys, which are pretty much action figures. But if you collect Transformers, you gotta make them transform. So that's why I decided to go with these two. Very happy with it. So let's look at tank form for Megatron next. And from this, we go to this, tank mode. Took a while for me to transform this. Well, not too difficult, but you just gotta be careful with the parts. And it's not exactly the most graceful transformation, and you can still see Megatron's chest and head area here. But otherwise, that's why he has that sword-like shield thing, aside from his energy cannon, because that becomes the front of the tank, the barrel. And yeah, it's not bad. Could look more menacing, but otherwise this is his form in Earthrise, and there it says DI6. Well, Megatron is supposed to be an imposing character, so tank mode was originally introduced in Generation 2 when he was converted and upgraded by Cobra in G.I. Joe vs. the Transformers, if you remember your Marvel comics. Now they've just decided to give him tank mode. What the heck? Looks okay. So, there. This is the sword slash shield weapon that becomes the barrel of the tank. And there's his energy cannon, as you can see, that extends that barrel. And it moves. There's his feet. And yeah, this will move along nicely. Yes, I am Megatron. Very fun. And it's a Transformers toy. So I'll get my final thoughts in a bit. Vehicle mode's okay. Alright, we're done. Back in robot form. And yeah, you can use that spear, shield, sword thing as another energy cannon. So he has a double energy cannon gimmick. How cute. And there, I switched it around. Now it's a spear, sword, shield thing. But as again I said, it's Megatron, so I just prefer him with one energy cannon, much like his G1 counterpart. And now he can face off against his mortal enemy, Optimus Prime. There we go, the big two of the original Transformers series. One shall stand, one shall fall. Why do you throw your life away so recklessly? That's a question you should ask yourself, Megatron. Overall, Megatron, looking great. It's a good pickup if you're collecting the Earthrise War for Cybertron series. Decent, but a lot of people have loved the Netflix version of Siege Megatron. So this is a good compromise. It's actually pretty common, so to go with your Earthrise Prime, highly recommended. Go for it. And there you have it. My review of Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Megatron, which goes in scale with my Earthrise Optimus Prime. And they look like their Generation 1 counterparts, which is the selling point for this line. Nostalgia, and I'm a fan of the Transformers growing up in the 80s, and the original series. Anybody who loves Generation 1 may want to pick this up if they're looking for cheaper alternatives in the market by Hasbro. And they did a fine job with it. I mean, this one, I've been hearing reviews and comparisons to the Netflix War for Cybertron Siege Megatron, which is actually better. But this one is decent. It's fine. It's a good figure. At least I can post these two together on my shelf. And it can't go wrong. Generation 1 style Transformer toys. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked this review. I'll be back with more. I still have Starscream and the Quintesson Judge to review. And it's the end of November. So for one last final hurrah for the month, I review Megatron. And it's a Monday today. Belated happy Thanksgiving. And I hope you're staying safe. Always wear a mask. And shop wisely for the holidays. We're approaching Christmas. So if you're looking for gift ideas and you know somebody who loves Transformers, look at these. Thanks, guys. Please do subscribe to the channel. You can also find me in Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Timzster. That's Timzster. And I'll be posting more of my adventures and blog posts there. I'll be seeing you guys next time. Stay safe, wear a mask, and all hail Megatron.